Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another reaction video. It's your boy Diamond Dre, aka Thriller Ali, with another reaction video. Today we're gonna be looking at some footage from some crazy Ring cameras. So let's get it.
From a car thief in California who nearly crashed through this person's front door, and an EF3 tornado in Virginia that was caught on this homeowner's Ring camera, to an industrial disaster in Texas that literally turned night into day, and a police chase in New York that came to a dramatic end in this person's yard. Here are 15 unbelievable moments caught on doorbell camera.
Wow.
Rochester, New York is a large city on the shores of Lake Ontario. It's home to about 211,000 people, including 2 young criminals who tried to run from the police. On June 15th of 2022, 21-year-old Javer Marshall and 19-year-old Nasir Schifano led Rochester PD on a high-speed chase. It ended as they took a sharp turn in their black SUV, leading to this Hollywood-style crash captured on a local man's doorbell camera.
Can't be running from the popo. Oh no. Oh nah. Hope they alright. Oh, they're deep out there too. Oh, and they're running.
Javer and Nasir tried running on foot, but police quickly caught up with them and arrested both of them off camera. The man you see running away in this clip is the homeowner, Sean Irizarry. He told reporters that he heard screeching and a loud crash, so he ran outside to investigate. That's when he saw police pulling up with their weapons drawn. He scrambled inside for safety and let officers handle the situation. According to police, they found multiple loaded weapons inside the SUV. It's unclear what the suspects were up to when police initially tried pulling them over. A similar scene unfolded in Wasco, California on April 11th of 2023. According to police, 21-year-old Steven Castillo decided to get high and steal a car. As he fled the scene, he veered off the road, hit a small hill, and nearly crashed through somebody's home. In this insane doorbell footage, the stolen car catches air and takes out one of the concrete pillars. When we slow it down, you can even see Castillo's arm hanging out the window. Police said he tried to flee the scene, but didn't make it very far. He was arrested and brought to Kern County Jail, where they discovered nitrous oxide in his possession. He was ultimately charged with DUI, possession of a stolen vehicle, and driving without a license.
That's horrible. Wow.
Portage, Michigan is a pharmaceutical city in Kalamazoo County. We say that because it's home to Pfizer's largest manufacturing plant, spanning a whopping 1,300 acres. That's about 36 football fields worth of floor space. On May 7th of 2024, the Pfizer building and other structures were at risk when an EF2 tornado touched down in Portage. The tornado tore an 11-mile path of destruction across the city and damaged several homes and businesses. One local's doorbell camera recorded as the storm crossed their yard and knocked over every tree in sight.
Nature ain't nice. Can't play around with nature. Look at that wind. Look at that wind blowing. Wow. Another one tree.
Our homeowner and their neighbors are glad those trees fell toward the road. Others weren't so lucky. According to reports, over 500 structures sustained some level of damage. Of them, 60 were destroyed. Several people were also trapped inside a FedEx facility when the tornado caused the roof to collapse. Thankfully, all of them were safe and accounted for. Port Neches, Texas is a small city in Jefferson County, roughly 95 miles east of Houston. It's home to about 14,000, many of whom lived through one of the worst chemical plant disasters in U.S. history. The TPC Group chemical plant opened outside of Port Neches in 1944. It specialized in liquid butadiene, a highly flammable petroleum-based chemical used in plastic production. On the night before Thanksgiving of 2019, locals awoke to what sounded like a nuclear bomb going off down the street. A few doorbell cameras captured the blast and one man's hysterical reaction.
It's like some out of a movie.
Holy
Like,
shit, man, one hell of a burn. Get back to the house. I count 911.
We can't blame our friend for standing there in his boxers. Imagine hopping out of bed and seeing a giant mushroom cloud down the street. You wouldn't be worried about your outfit, would you? According to reports, one main explosion and two minor explosions rocked Port Neches and surrounding communities. Those within 30 miles of the blast could feel its intensity. It damaged several homes and buildings nearby and forced the evacuation of nearly 60,000 people. A massive fire burned for 6 days before finally dying on December 3rd. According to some reports, smaller fires at the plant burned for over a month. So what exactly happened to cause such a massive blast? An investigation by the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Board blamed the explosion on popcorn. Let us explain. When mixed with oxygen, pure butadiene can form a solid material called popcorn polymer. As popcorn polymer accumulates, it expands inside the piping systems, much like popcorn inside a microwavable bag. If left unchecked, it'll grow and grow until kaboom! Investigators determined that popcorn polymer formed inside a decommissioned pipe for 114 days. In other words, workers spent nearly 4 months inside a ticking time bomb. The pipe finally burst the night before Thanksgiving, spilling 6,000 gallons of butadiene into the facility. A massive and highly flammable vapor cloud filled the space. 2 minutes later, it found an ignition source and blew the building sky high. 4 TPC employees and a security contractor were injured during the blast. That blast caused over $150 million in off-site property damage, and TPC fell into $1.3 billion worth of debt between cleanup, lawsuits, and fines.
I know they did.
Xavier Otero thought he had hatched the perfect scheme. While posing as a delivery driver, he'd walk up to a door with a package in his hands. When the door opened, the 37-year-old criminal would force himself inside, restrain the homeowner, and rob them blind. On April 14th of 2023, he put his plan into action after targeting a house on Maple Street in East Haven, Connecticut. Thankfully, the homeowner's doorbell camera captured the altercation.
That's kind of scummy now.
I don't know if this is for you.
Put all that energy into that.
The homeowner knew he was
Did
in
a real
trouble
job.
when Xavier grabbed the door. He saw the would-be robber draw his weapon, and his first thought was to push him away. Xavier wasn't expecting a fight, so he ran back to his truck and his getaway driver hit the gas. Police found Xavier and the getaway driver, Gene Carrasquillo Torres, shortly after watching the homeowner's doorbell footage. Both men were arrested and charged with attempted armed robbery. Police also found zip ties, other weapons, and 1.1 kilos of fentanyl in Torres's home. Both men were held on $250,000 bond after their arrest. A month later, a third man was captured after police uncovered another similar plot to rob a home in Manchester. Never under any circumstances let someone grab your door or enter your home without permission. If you feel threatened, lock the door and call the police immediately. While on the subject of police and doorbell cameras, let's head to Cass County, Missouri, where one homeowner's Nest camera captured a wild pursuit as it tore apart his backyard. It was November 10th of 2021, around 7 a.m. Our homeowner was sipping his morning coffee when he heard police sirens heading up the street. That's when a stolen white pickup truck drove across his lawn and took out his children's swing set.
Uh-oh. Not the swing set. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, I'm about to say he didn't hit it. Never mind. No more swing set for little Susie. Oh, why you with the slide, though?
Thankfully,
least they weren't
nobody
on
was
it.
on the swing set when the truck thief rolled through. According to the homeowner, police caught the suspect off camera and arrested him on several felony charges. For these parents in Manchester, England, an accident outside their home turned their average April afternoon into a living nightmare. It was April 6th of 2024. A crane had just arrived on Flapperfold Lane to move a 20-foot shipping container off a nearby playing field. Meanwhile, a little girl was outside on her tricycle, mesmerized by the whole thing. She's lucky her parents were watching and quickly ushered her inside when disaster struck.
Not like here. One here. Quick.
So get your behind. Get your behind back in here.
Oh, shit! Oh, alright, okay, you're alright. Yeah, we're alright, don't worry.
Thankfully, the little girl and everyone inside the apartment complex were okay. We can't say the same for their home, though. The container smashed through several first-floor windows. Meanwhile, the crane arm collapsed the roof and destroyed an upstairs bedroom. While they haven't confirmed a cause, authorities believe strong winds from Storm Kathleen were to blame. Unfortunately, repairs have been somewhat slow. In this Google Maps image from June of 2024, you can still see a massive hole in the building where the crane arm landed. Most home security cameras only capture delivery people with packages or squirrels trying to get into your bird feeder. Ideally, they never have to record anything that could threaten your property, like robbers or freak tornadoes. On April 30th of 2023, residents in Virginia Beach awoke to a powerful storm system moving in from parts of Georgia and South Carolina. Then, around 5:45 that evening, an EF3 tornado touched down over the eastern branch of Lynn Haven River. One local's Ring camera captured the storm as it moved over a small Virginia Beach neighborhood. Watch how it upends everything in sight and leaves their backyard unrecognizable.
Look at the power.
Thankfully, nobody was injured when this tornado tore a 4.5-mile path across Virginia Beach. According to the National Weather Service, wind speeds peaked at 145 miles per hour. Roughly 115 houses were damaged, several vehicles were overturned, and some people's boats were tossed onto dry land. About 1,500 miles away, in the small town of Tivoli, Texas, something similar occurred at one family's RV park. Their Ring camera was recording as they prepared their business for a fast-approaching tornado. They finally run inside. Then, moments later, the storm roars through.
This thing. Oh! Look at that thing. You can hear it. That's something when you can hear something, it's invisible and all of a sudden, stuff just start flying around. Like Like a ghost or something?
We believe this storm occurred over Gator RV Park in Tivoli. Nobody was hurt, and the tornado did not appear strong enough to cause significant damage. On September 6th of 2023, a Ring camera in Racine, Wisconsin captured one of the scariest traffic accidents you'll ever see. It occurred at the intersection of Shoup and Gould Streets, which will tie in when we explain what happened later. For now, know that a school bus driver blew through a stop sign, leading to this T-bone collision. Thankfully, no children were on the bus when it crashed. According to police, the two drivers got the worst of it. Both had to be extracted from the wreck and treated at the hospital for various injuries. There were also 6 people on the city bus when it crashed, but they were okay aside from a few bumps and bruises. While the video shows the bus running the stop sign, it doesn't tell the whole story. Neighbors had been complaining about the Shoup and Gould stop sign for weeks. It was blocked by an overgrown tree, meaning you couldn't see it until the last second. Police pictures from the day of the crash confirm what the bus driver saw and help explain why the driver ran the intersection. We wouldn't have seen the stop sign either. The tree was noticeably trimmed after the accident. Maybe next time the city will act before a school bus flips over. They're lucky it was empty other than the driver and assistant.
Real talk,
Picture
real
this.
talk.
It's shortly after 6 p.m. and you're just sitting down for dinner after a long day's work. Then, without warning, kaboom! You hear a massive explosion outside, only to see your neighbor's house going up in a ball of flames. That was the scene in Gates, New York on December 9th of 2020. Thankfully, nobody was inside the home when this doorbell camera captured its final moments. Police and firefighters expected the worst when they arrived on the scene. Thankfully, the homeowners were out of the house when it blew. They finally controlled the fire after it spread to 2 more houses, severely damaging one person's garage. Cleanup crews arrived in the morning to haul away the bits and pieces. The scene looked like a bomb had exploded inside the house. Looking back at the footage, you can see that classic mushroom cloud forming over the blast site. People were rightfully worried, but the police assured them that it was an accident. An investigation determined that the homeowner had tinkered with a component of the interior gas meter. It caused a slow natural gas leak, which blew the property to bits when it found an ignition source. This video and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. As always, thanks for watching and be sure.
Yo, that was crazy. Oh man, just the carnage, just the awesome power of nature. You see that work. Well, if y'all enjoyed that video and you'd like to see more, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch your boy Diamond Dre, aka Thriller Ali. Catch y'all next time. Peace.